In the opening scene, we see Adrian, a younger orchestra conductor, watching a recorded video of his girlfriend Belen, who tells him that she is leaving him. She does love him, but cannot live with him anymore. Adrian is devastated by this and goes to a bar to get some drinks. While drinking away his sorrows, he meets Fabiana, the bartender, who notices that Adrian is in pain. While leaving, Adrian bumps into a man and receives into a fight with him. The man's girlfriend stops the fight and they power away. Fabiana comes there to check on Adrian. Since he is drunk, Fabiana offers to call a taxi for him, however, Adrian refuses. So Fabiana decides to bring him over to her house. The next morning, Adrian wakes up and is unable to recall the last night's incident. Fabiana asks him why he used to be drinking so much the previous night time, but Adrian doesn't say anything and rapidly leaves without even saying goodbye. He then takes his orchestra class, however, is unable to focus because of Belen's video. He ends the classification in the middle and leaves. Later, he goes to the same bar and apologizes to Fabiana for his behavior in the morning. Fabiana forgives him and tells him that it is okay. As Adrian wants to thank her for helping him, he takes her to the theater, the place he works. After spending some good time, Adrian kisses Fabiana. He brings her to his house and mates with her. The subsequent morning, Fabiana wakes up early and goes to the bathroom. There she hears some strange noises coming from the sink but ignores them. Afterward, she explores the residence and finds some shoe design drawings on a table. Adrian stops her and takes her to have breakfast with him. While having breakfast, Adrian tells Fabiana to move in with him. Fabiana agrees and tells him to pick her up from work. Sometime later, two police officers, Buitrago and Ramirez, come there to investigate the disappearance of Belen. They inform him that Belen hasn't left the U.S., and something may have taken place for her. They suspect Adrian has something to do with her disappearance. So they start looking out of the house to find any clue about Belen's disappearance. They search the garden, as they suppose that Adrian may have killed Belen and buried her outside. Fabiana is stunned by this and asks Adrian what is going on. Adrian reveals that Belen, his ex-girlfriend, left him for another man. He tried contacting Belen's household to find her, but he in no way got any response. Adrian believes that Belen is fine and is having an exciting with her new boyfriend somewhere. Later that night, Fabiana goes for a quick bath. While having a bath, Fabiana hears the strange sound again. She notices the water moving, even though she is completely still. She panics and jumps out of the bathtub. Adrian comes there and carries her to the mattress to mate with her. The next day, Ramirez goes to the bar where Fabiana works and warns her about Adrian. But Fabiana tells him that Adrian is a first-class guy and has no role in Belen's disappearance. One day, Fabiana is having a satisfactory shower. Suddenly, the water turns hot, which burns her skin. She goes to check the burn in the mirror. Suddenly, she again hears some peculiar noises coming from the sink. Later that day, Fabiana spends her time jumping around in Adrian's bedroom. There she finds a hidden key on the floor. She places the key around her neck and wears it as a necklace. Suddenly the lights go out because of a storm. Fabiana hears some noises coming from downstairs and goes to investigate. But she receives scared by a dog and faints after hitting her head on the piano. Sometime later, Adrian returns domestic and gives Fabiana some painkillers for the pain. Fabiana expresses that she feels scared living by herself in the house. She believes that there is a ghost, who is after her. To prove her theory, she takes Adrian to the sink. They do hear some strange noises coming from the sink, however, Adrian says that it's because of the wind in the pipes and nothing more. The subsequent day, Adrian gets a call from one of the detectives, who name him to identify the body of a woman, who may additionally or may not be Belen. He goes to the morgue with the detectives to discover the body. Since the body is badly damaged due to the fact of fire, it is difficult to identify her. But Adrian tells them that it is not Belen and she is still alive. Adrian returns domestic and hears Fabiana apologizing to someone. He confronts her about who she was talking to, however, Fabiana lies that she was just searching for a book. Adrian hugs Fabiana and tells her that Belen is not in his life anymore. The digital camera then zooms onto the mirror, where a ghost-like form of Belen is considered screaming. We then go into the flashback, the place Adrian and Belen are spending time together. While having dinner, Adrian tells Belen that he has got his dream job in Bogota, and will have to leave in 15 days for about a year. He asks Belen to come with him. Although she hesitates at first, she has the same opinion to go with him to Bogota. Everything went fine and Belen was glad for Adrian. One day at a concert, Belen sees Adrian talking to a violinist named Veronica. After some time, Belen goes to rent a house, the equal house where now Adrian and Fabiana live. The residence is owned by a German lady named Emma. Belen likes the residence and moves in with Adrian in no time. Soon after settling in, Belen finds a job as a shoe designer. One day, Belen goes to see Adrian at his office and catches him getting comfy with Veronica. While returning home, Belen questions Adrian if something is going on between him and Veronica. Adrian assures her that nothing is going on between them, as he only loves Belen. But Belen can't stop thinking about it and doubts his loyalty. So one day when Adrian is showering, she goes via Adrian's phone and finds several messages and calls Veronica. When Adrian is about to go away for work, Belen confronts him and asks him about the calls and messages. Adrian confesses that he did flirt with Veronica, but that's it. He assures Belen that he loves her, after which he leaves for work. Sometime later, Emma comes to meet Belen. Belen tells her everything that's going on between her and Adrian. She is curious about what Adrian would do if she dies or goes missing. Emma likes the thought and encourages her to test him. Emma shows her a secret room constructed in the house. She reveals that her husband was a former Nazi SS officer. So she constructed the secret room to hide her husband just in case anybody came looking for him. The room is self-contained and sealed off from sound. There is a one-way see-through replicate from which she can see everything that's taking place outside. The secret room has all the facilities, allowing her to stay internal as long as she likes. Afterward, Emma bids goodbye to Belen and tells her that she is leaving for Berlin. Later, Belen decides to file a video of herself, announcing that she is leaving. She packs all her property and goes interior the secret room. She locks the door and waits for Adrian to come home. Through the one-way mirror, she observes Adrian's reaction. She is glad to see Adrian's reaction, who looks heartbroken after observing the video. When she decides he has had enough, she appears for the key in her bag. But she realizes that she has misplaced the key and cannot locate it anywhere. She screams to Adrian and calls for help. However, they cannot hear her screams, as the room is soundproof. On the pinnacle of that, there is no carrier in the room, so she can't even contact anyone. She tries breaking the door, however quickly realizes that it is of no use and she is trapped into the room with no way to contact Adrian. She can solely helplessly watch Adrian crying and cannot do anything to get out. Later, Adrian takes the video to the police officers and tells them everything. Meanwhile, Belen begins searching for a way out of the room. She tries to carve a gap in the wall, however quickly realizes that it will take days to carve a getaway route. She then finds some ancient canned food. Even though the meals are a ways from expired, Belen has no preference but to devour them to survive. Later, Adrian goes to the lavatory to wash his face. Belen by chance hits one of the pipes and sees that it creates a ripple in the water of the sink. She desperately begins hitting the pipes to get Adrian's attention, however, he would not work the ripple in the water and leaves. Sometime later, Belen sees that Adrian has again and has introduced Fabiana to him. She cannot consider that Adrian has moved on so quickly and can solely helplessly watch them mate in the bedroom. She hides in the nook so that she would not have to see them mating, however, she nevertheless cannot get away from their moans. The subsequent morning, when Fabiana heard the atypical noises from the sink for the first time, it used to be truly Belen, who used to be screaming for help. Days pass by through and Belen continues to carve a gap in the wall. One day, she sees that Fabiana has determined the key to the secret room, however, she would not understand what it is used for. But one day, Fabiana purposefully fills the water in the restroom to take a look at if there is truly a ghost in the residence or not. To her shock, the water strikes every time she asks a question. She ultimately figures out that Belen is alive and is trapped in the house. Fabiana shortly starts looking for greater answers. After some searching, she manages to find the keyhole. As she is about to open the door using the key, she pauses and decides now not to rescue Belen, fearing that she might lose Adrian. Sometime later, Adrian returns home. Fabiana doesn't inform him anything about Belen, as she wants to be the sole woman in Adrian's life. One day, Ramirez, who is their ex-boyfriend of Fabiana, warns Adrian that if anything takes place with her, he will kill him. Meanwhile, Fabiana feels guilty for not letting Belen out. So she tries speaking to Belen but gets no response from her. She fears that something might have happened to Belen. But alternatively of opening the door, she relocates their belongings to a different room, so that Belen can't see them through the mirrors. One day, Ramirez comes to their house and offers Fabiana some pictures of Adrian and Veronica. It turns out that Belen was proper from the start and Adrian was certainly having an affair with Veronica. Fabiana is heartbroken by this revelation and she feels what it's like to get cheated on. So she decides to let Belen out and opens the door to the secret room. She enters the room and sees Belen laying in bed. She tries waking her up, however, suddenly, Belen opens her eyes and knocks Fabiana unconscious. She grabs the key from her, escapes from the room, and leaves Fabiana locked inside the room. Belen decides to leave the house. She leaves the key to the secret room in the bedroom for Adrian to find. She also leaves a picture of the two of them taped to the mirror. At the quit of the film, we see Belen sitting peacefully on the beach alone, whereas, Fabiana is still trapped internal the room, hoping to be rescued. So this was the story of The Hidden Face. Hope you liked the video. And if you want to watch extra such amazing recaps, then do subscribe to our channel. Goodbye and take care.